Guys, I am pretty excited about this one, I'm not going to lie, and you've all seen the thumbnail and you're all probably itching to just go forward and see the video. So a little bit about the car. It's coming out of a collection. It is a car that I actually went to see last year, left the guy with a bid and the bid wasn't accepted. He has now recently come back to me and said it's coming out of a collection, so we can't record while we're there. And he's actually said to me, he's pulled it out, he's gone to take it for an MOT and it's cut out on him. He's got it towed back to his hangar, put it in there, called his mate round, they've charged the battery, bang, it's fired straight back up again. But he said there's definitely something wrong with it. Could be mice. The car's been off the road for a few years. So me and Chris are actually taking our biggest gamble we've ever took, and we are buying this car. So let's head over there, get it, come back, and we can all have a look at it together.
Well, we're a bit committed now, Rob, haven't we?
So low.
We didn't overthink this one, did we? Sounds nice though, Rob.
Just about run out of petrol.
Oh. But we ain't got a lot of clearance here, mate.
So as previously mentioned, guys, this car, you know, we put in an offer quite a while ago, and you can see there by the date, I didn't actually bother checking the car until we knew we was getting it. And of course, I did say, what's the mileage? He said you'll have to do a history check or run a car vertical on it to check the history of the car, because I wanted to know, we wanted to know. So as you can see there, clearly theft okay, accidents okay, finance okay. The one thing that did make me a little bit laugh on this check, and you can only pick this up on Car Vertical, there's all the ownership changes there, but license plate change. License plate change. A little bit further down, license plate change. License plate change. It's had more number plates on it than I think we've owned cars this year. It has had a lot of private plates on it, and it has had quite a few ownership changes as well, I think 8 or 9. This car has not been on the road. Looking at the MOT history there, it's all very, very consistent. All of the mileage history rather, not MOT history. So here's one that you can see I've just done, and it is actually currently in an auction. So mileage okay, theft okay, accidents clearly highlighted there. This is just another Porsche, and it is purely as an example. When you do your check, you're looking out for that amber warning down at the bottom there, finance okay. So on this check, of course, you've got all of your mileage history there, ownership changes, whether the car's been exported, imported, etc, etc. It is all there, guys, and gives you also all of the specs and equipment for that particular vehicle that you're going to look at. This is a must-do check, and right down the bottom you've got your 9 helpful tips and tricks of things to check when you're purchasing your vehicle. So on this one you can see there is a mileage discrepancy there. It does say it's a possible entry mistake, but still regardless it brings it up there for you. Pulse box to that one, category D write-off can be repaired. So this is actually currently at auction, and it says the 3rd 2008, so this second accident is obviously not recorded. This check was performed in all these countries: United Kingdom, US, Poland, France, just to name a few. I want to thank Car Vertical once again for the continued support on the channel. Guys, to benefit from a discount off of your check, use the link in the description or the code SR10 from any browser. Let's get back to the car. Went in and had a coffee. That was quite a challenge to get that on the back of there, mate.
It's quite a low car, isn't it?
It is very, very low, but I think we're both pretty excited about this one, guys. Check that out.
It's a bit of a beast, isn't it?
It is a proper beast. So it's an intermittent fault. He said it a couple of times.
500 yards and it broke down, so.
What I'm going to quickly pick up on is I've put the SR plates on it, because this has actually got a private plate on it, this car, and as soon as we've MOT'd it, the chap has asked if he can have his number plate back. So that is the plan, to actually give him his number plate back. But the driver's door handle wouldn't open either. I had to get in the passenger side and then climb over to the driver's side and put the window down. I think it's probably just a cable or something like that, isn't it? But Chris was having a bit of a chat with a guy, and then we had to take it up the road to load it. And this car is originally a Shane Lynch motorsport.
Well, it's been
build.
through
It's
his
been
workshop.
Been through his workshop. So, yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean a great deal to me. He's a singer, isn't he?
Yeah. Boyzone, isn't he?
Is that what it is?
Bit of a drift king thing, isn't he?
What an absolute weapon, though. It just looks beautiful, doesn't it? Right, mate.
It's a beast, isn't it?
What is the plan?
Well, the plan is get it off and see if we can make it break down, I suppose.
Yeah, because it does. We've started it straight up. It's got a fully charged battery, and it has started straight up.
Yeah, and we had it ticking over a while, and
it was fine.
But probably once you go out on the road, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Probably one of the most difficult faults to find, an intermittent fault, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Our biggest gamble so far, the hardest car we've ever had to load, because I just didn't take loads of chocks of wood. So we're now going to attempt to get it unloaded, I guess, then, and get it in the workshop.
That's it.
But guys, in the comments section down below, what do you think of that? What a lovely, lovely looking thing. You like that, don't you?
That's a beast, isn't it?
It is. Let's get it unloaded. So a bit of a palaver there. This is a little setup that Chris just done. Loads of blocks of wood, and he's already taken 2 away. Yeah. It is so low, the front of that car. I know a lot of you are probably noticing the murk in the background. Chris advertised it. That is sold and it's going today. That's why we've pulled it out. BMW, I'm actually using that at the minute, and that will be for sale soon. I can't wait for you all to hear that car. That just put a smile on our face, didn't it? I'll give it a little rev. Let's get all this put away and we'll have a look at it. Guys, Chris is going to bring it into the shop. Fire it up, mate. Let's hear it.
They're old ones.
Old but gold, Chris.
Old but gold.
There's a few in there, I see them.
Yeah, £3 in there, mate. How'd you start it, Rob?
Foot on the brake.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's in park. I did have to move it backwards and forwards a couple of times.
Park. I've got my foot on the brake.
Yeah, put it into neutral and try, maybe.
Ah, well, it's broke down.
No, give a gear stick a good. Oh, that's not a good start, is it? I just reversed it off, so.
What's going on then, mate?
You won't get the key out till it's in park.
It's in park.
Let's have a little bit of playing around now. I think because it's old, that's mechanical, and the cable's a little bit like it. Chris, give that a little rev. Oh, that sounds nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, fuel lights on. We're gonna have to go and buy some
fuel, yeah.
Some go-go juice.
Let's get it in a workshop. It's sun's out, but it's freezing. Doesn't that sound? Careful, Chris. Doesn't that sound lovely? I thought he was going to shoot through the workshop, then come out the other side. The brakes are a little bit, well, they ain't been used, have they? I proper love the look of that car. Revving Rodney.
I bet that gets up and goes a bit, don't you?
Doesn't it sound nice?
Feels a bit lively, doesn't it?
Go on, another little one. I can't wait to take this for an MOT.
I bet that rips. Don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, it won't be Lamborghini fast, but I should imagine it gets along a bit.
Still cool though, Chris. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's just actually said to me, Rob, this is probably a good time to actually mention, because we know in every vehicle we get, there is experts in the field of, there'll be Porsche experts watching this. This is actually a 911 Porsche that has been converted into a GT3, and that was where it was done apparently at that Shane Lynch Motorsport. So it is still a 911 Carrera 4, I think. Is that what it is? Carrera 4. But we couldn't afford a GT3. But this is still worth a lot of money, and it is our biggest gamble.
I just noticed that. I don't think that's our fault, but look.
Something's been chewing on it, hasn't it?
Something's been chewing on it, hasn't it? There's no wiring damage under there, but we're going to have to check the whole car, aren't we?
We are, mate, yeah. It looks quite clean and tidy in here. A couple of faults we have noticed on it straight away is this door will not open from the outside. You have to actually physically use the inside handle. Also, being old school, it's on a cable, we think, the gear selector, and the interlock for park is not working properly. That's why we struggled to get it to start. And also, the ignition key will not come out of the ignition. So loads of little jobs, and I would say the majority of them is just where it has been sat around and it hasn't been used. But Chris said most importantly, he just wants to go through a few bits, and really we need it to break down to find the issue. But you did just say to me, well, first off, you want to start with a few gallon of petrol, because the red light's on. We don't know how long that fuel's been in there. And like I say, guys, it come out of a collection. The guy had a lot of cars in his collection. So what's the plan, mate? I'll go and get some fuel and...
I think probably put it up on the lift, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's going to be easier said than done.
Yeah.
There might be a bit of jacking up before we can get it on the lift. But yeah, we'll get it up on the lift. Oh, get it in the air shop. Gear selector out, yeah. Because we need to be able to get the key out of it.
Yeah.
You ain't going to be able to drive that round to Tesco's, mate, and leave it outside with a key in it.
No, not only that, we need to try, drive it on the road and try and find this fault, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
You can't drive it like that, can you?
No. Right, let's attempt to get it up on the ramp then. This is why you don't garage Queen cars instantly. We put it up at the front, and we had some rodents moving in here. Yeah. That's actually a rag, and they've dragged it in there, and you can see.
I think it's a bit of rope, isn't it? And it's been chewed up.
Yeah.
Looks like a bit of rope.
Yeah, possibly. But it's not. It actually looks quite nice under here. It's all completely covered up. And we've just established where
Doesn't seem to be any damage, does
no,
it? So...
No, it's not been over anything or anything like that, has it? Mind you, I'm saying that, I can see a little bit of a dent there.
Oh,
but
there is a little, isn't there?
Yeah. But it's all been covered up, all been kept quite nice. There is a bit of corrosion down the back here, and someone's previously done a repair on it. I probably would have gone for a black one. You?
Yeah, yeah.
Not really the right colour, is it, yellow? But the brakes, I think, will clean up, but I guess we're going to see. But the gear selector, Chris is... So this ultimately pushes and pulls. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
That clicked then, didn't it?
Yeah, that needs lengthening, that rod, doesn't it?
So that key should come out that ignition now. That just wants...
Is it got an adjuster?
Yeah, it has there, look. We'll spray that up in a minute, actually.
Let's do that.
We'll get that sprayed up, and then we can adjust that out a little bit. I knew it weren't quite pushing all the way. You know, when I was reversing it off the truck, I was in reverse, but it was flashing.
And that's why it wouldn't start for me.
That is exactly why it wouldn't start. That's it, mate. You got it.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of surface rust on that sump, but
yeah,
all seems quite solid, does it? It is a 2000, this car. So what's that? 23 years old now.
Yeah.
But I guess I want to come down now and see if that key can... I know it's going to come out. It's got no choice now that's clicked, has it? Also, while you've got that WD in your hand, we spray up the bonnet latch.
Yeah.
Because the bonnet won't shut. We tried to push that shut. It's half open and it wouldn't have it. And of course, sorry, I probably should have cut and then cut back in.
We need to get some fuel as well, don't we?
Yes, definitely.
Put some fuel in it. And then I guess get them few bits done and try and give it a road test.
Yeah.
See if we can make it
Cut out.
cut out.
Lean through the window. I should have cut there and then. There we go. So the key comes out. That's exactly what it was.
That's easy. We lengthen that a little bit, and that should be fine.
Yeah, just it wants adjusting out, doesn't it, and pushing back, and that's
Yeah.
purely where it's mechanical on that. I'm sure you guys would have worked out exactly what I'm saying there. It's just not quite pushing home all the way, and that will work both ways. That will.
Yeah,
so when you
that's
put
right.
that car down into drive, it's not quite going all the way in, is it? There's probably a little tiny bit of play in it. That wheel's quite badly curbed up.
Yeah, gonna need a refurb, aren't they?
I'll just keep standing back here looking at that car.
It's a beast, isn't
I'm
it?
so glad we bought it. Honestly, I really am. It is such a bit of kit.
Yeah.
Definitely the fanciest car we've had on the channel, I think, didn't you?
Oh, definitely.
Should we get everything else lubed up and then go back up and adjust that up?
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to want a little while, but we might as well do.
We don't want to try attempt to drive it until we've done that, do we?
No. Do you want that open?
Yeah, we can do, can't we?
Right, let's get everything opened up and get everything lubricated. That is that issue solved. We've adjusted it up. The key now comes out the ignition. We've got no problem there. But this car, definitely, I'm not going to ask Chris to speak because we've took our mics off, but this car has definitely got a few little gremlins hiding in it because we had it up in the air, we was working on it, and out of nowhere, the alarm just started screaming and we could not turn it off. I was trying to push the button and it wouldn't turn off to the point where we had to actually disconnect the battery. So we're hoping now it's been a little while, we're going to connect that back up and we're actually going to take this out for a road test as long as the alarm stops going off. I'd like to try and clean them brakes up a little bit, and a run up and down the road will definitely do that. We'll have to clean some junk out of it, but I've got the tray plates there to chuck on it, and yeah, I guess, mate, let's get it out on the road and see how we get on. Just everything on it is squealing and horrible. Look at the dash. It's got every light
Christmas tree, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's changing gear a bit better than what it was, but look at drive. That shouldn't be flashing.
No,
like
it shouldn't,
that.
should it?
That selector is not in the right place. I'm not going to go over the speed I'm doing, to be honest.
No. Car's been off the road a long time.
Over 6 years since it was last MOT. Look at the state of it. I think it's been left with the windows open. Just cleaning those brakes up a little bit there.
Yeah. Sounds nice. Should we head back?
Tiptronic's working. Yeah, it changes gear. That's all I wanted to check, but I ain't no way I'm taking this for an MOT. We need to go and work through this, Chris.
Yeah.
I reckon it's got bad earth.
Maybe.
You're saying the boot's open and I know it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be going any further. You can hear it squeaking and creaking.
Yeah.
It certainly looks a lot better than it is, really, but I still think it was a lot of money, but I still think, where are you going to get one of these for what we paid for it?
Oh no,
It certainly looks the part, doesn't it? Right, let's head back to the yard then, yeah?
Yep.
So Chris was just doing some acoustic sound checks there with the door shut for the Instagram post, but I was just saying, I wonder how we're going to end this video, and Chris said, ask you guys, do you think we've bought ourselves another headache, or do you really like the idea of this car? I really do like it. And Chris, you proper like this, didn't you?
Yeah, good looking car.
It is a good looking car. It comes with its problems, like all of the cars that we buy. I think that's what it's all about, isn't it? if we went out and bought new cars, there'd be nothing to film, would there? But
No, and it's easy to talk yourself out of buying anything, isn't it?
definitely.
You can go and find faults on everything you look at. So
yeah, I reckon definitely something to do with an earth on this car or
Might
the
be.
alternator, because that alarm went off earlier, and then when we went to get in it earlier, it wouldn't start. We had to actually put a jump pack on it, didn't we? Which is really, really unusual, really strange what's going on with it. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments section down below. That is going to be the end of today's video on the Porsche 911 Carrera 4 GT3. Is it a replica?
Yeah, replica.
It is a replica, isn't it? But it has all been done. And like I said, next time maybe we get into the paperwork and show where it was done, when it was done, or etc.
Yeah, and if anyone knows about Shane Lynch Motorsport or got any history of the car, let us know.
Of course, we're always interested in that. So drop that in the comments section down below. If you want to follow us on Instagram for your chance to buy one of our cars, sell us your car, it's Salvage Rebuilds. Please always include your number when you reach out to us. And if you want to follow Chris on his jollies, it's Salvage Rebuilds Chris. Like, subscribe and share. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, hit the thumbs down. We'll see you very, very soon in the next one.